sat in my Sheffield HMO. I bought it 9 years ago, and for those 9 years it's been full every single month, making me £1,600 monthly rent, even more on some years, and it's made me easily over £150,000 to £160,000 clear profit over that time period. And guess what, guys? We're sitting in it today. Have a look around. It's completely empty, and now it's costing me £600 a month on a mortgage because the rates have gone up. We're going to get into why it's empty, how it's failing, and what I've done wrong. Because I'm honest with you guys, and not everyone's perfect. And we've had loads going on, and it's been a good run of 9 years. Great location. All my mates around here are full. We're empty on this one, and I'm going to tell you why. Guys, so let me show you around. Now, as you can tell, it was actually full for rent-to-rent operator who's paying me a bit more for the last 3 years. I've not been to this property in 3 years, guys. Before that, I used to operate it. It used to be a student let, 4 bedrooms, and I think he rented it as a student let as well. It's been full for 9 years, guys. I can't complain. As I said, over 150k in rental income alone. Not only that, guys, I bought it below market value. I've not done a refurb since 9 years ago, and I bought it for 110, and I think it's worth 185. So I've made that. I made over 250 grand on this house it's not even that long ago, 2017. Crazy. Yeah, I've had things to replace like the fridge and the oven, but most of the time it's come out of the tenant's deposit and we've been all right. Guys, we're empty, right? And if you look around, it's cold. It's not too bad. In Manchester, this would rent. In this market in Sheffield, it's harder. There's less students. Would I buy here again? No. It is one of the fastest growing house prices in the country, though. I'll put a graph up now. So that's why I don't want to sell it. But I'm partly making this video because I want you to tell me what you would do. Because I always love reading the comments, guys. So get subscribed, get interactive, because half the time I do what you guys say. So if you look around, it's basic, but it's livable. And I've rented it out for many years like this, even to students, before the rent-to-rent operator. I just think the market's changed. There's a lot more corporate hedge fund landlords, such as Vita Student, all of these international companies, building purpose-built PBSA, purpose-built student accommodation, massive factor in Sheffield, and it's coming to other cities. And the only reason why we don't compete with them in places like Manchester is because their rents are so expensive that people need a second option. But in Sheffield, you get the wealthier students anyway. Yes, they want house shares, but they don't want a house share like this. It's cold. And one of the design cues I always follow, guys, as I walk around is the outside of a house should be masculine, but inside should be feminine. And I think we've got it the wrong way around in here. Yes, we've got away with it in a good market, but it's not a good market anymore. There's less students coming, there's more visa restrictions, there's less international students. You're getting the richer students going to uni because the fees are so expensive, and they're more likely to pay a bit more for the premium because they can afford it. This is a very masculine house, guys. I mean, yeah, overlook the damaged furniture and stuff. It's still it's not a warm and inviting house. It's very institutional, it's very cold. And what I've tried to do, I tried to turn it around quickly, get it clean, patch it up, and get it out. Unfortunately, I had one block of viewings where the prospective tenants, so international students, turned up while the cleaners were cleaning and he put them off. Little things like that, guys. And the margin between getting it rented for the whole year and making £1,600 a month and not getting it rented, believe it or not, in Sheffield, was the time they turned to the viewing. Because if it was clean, if it was ready, they would have taken it. And they even said that on the feedback. Once they've seen it, they can't change their mind. First impressions count, as you guys know. And once they've got that 15 seconds first impression, they'll never see another side to it. It's exactly like going to an interview, turning up late. So I now need to, and what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to completely redesign this property to be one of the best in Sheffield, one of the best house shares. I'm going to show you how we're doing it. You're going to come along for the journey. You're going to tell me what you want to see in it, whether it be a pool table, a bar for the students. I was thinking of like a rack of board games. So when I do the viewings, they're like, yes, I want it. I'm incorporating new lighting, even go down to little things like smells. I read somewhere like when you walk into a house and it smells nice, you're more like, and we've had that. We were struggling to sell a house for a client. We put rituals in and it sold. The next viewing, they took it. So it just masks the smell. So it does smell a bit in here. We're going to change it all and we're going to have the best HMO in Sheffield. And it's more an experiment because if this one works, I'm going to take it across to Manchester, even though we're full, just to get more rent. And I'm going to do it on my other Sheffield one, so I never have to worry because I always shit myself every year, guys, in Sheffield. Is it going to rent in October, November, December, January? Or are we going to miss the boat, have a late rental, drop the rent, or even have it empty? This is the first time we've had it empty. It's a real eye-opener. It's a bit of a kick in the bollocks to me to be like, yeah, you're making money all these other places, but you've got a house empty here, which is in a prime location. And, you know, we've started it little by little, like we put some new flooring here in an effort to rent it. Still hasn't rented. It just needs a full makeover. And guess what, guys? I'm using AI. I'm actually going to use ChatGPT, and I'm going to put some images on. It's like 20 quid. I'm going to put some, I don't need an interior designer. I'm going to put some images on what it's telling me to do. I'm just going to copy it and you're going to come along for a journey. And it's really interesting, actually, how ChatGPT is affecting the property market. And it's not losing, I mean, AI is not going to take over landlords' jobs. And landlords and property investors will always have the ability to make money. It's one of the most secure professions you can get, if you call it a profession. But it's interesting how it would take over. So back in 5 years ago, I would have to get an interior designer to get this all sorted or spend a month on it myself. It takes 20 minutes on ChatGPT on an evening and I'll get it all up on the screen and we're just going to copy it and tweak it. But guys, this is a room. I mean, inherently there's nothing wrong with it, but when you come for a viewing, it just puts people off. It's just a bit cold. It's not lived in. The carpet's not the best. I've had this carpet for about 5-6 years. I was even thinking of an ensuite here because we could use the existing plumbing. Guys, let me know what you think. We're thinking of an ensuite here. Get rid of that, probably turn it around. Also, save some space here with this furniture. Get a nice built-in wardrobe. Get rid of this corner because they won't need that. Move the bed across. Just little things, get some nice curtains. I'll show you what ChatGPT's thinking. Change these doors. These I bought a house with these doors. They just look, it looks like a social housing. It looks like emergency accommodation, temporary accommodation, or asylum seeker accommodation, like with these big safety doors. I'm going to put fire doors, obviously, but nice white ones. I'm going to go for a light scheme in these rooms and then a dark scheme. I'm going to have like a chilling room, hopefully downstairs. The house is too big. I think it's not homely enough. I've got one across the road which is not even done up that modern, but it's more homely and it rents all the time. So let me take you upstairs. Let me show you upstairs quickly as well, guys. So it's one of them where it's just an experiment. It's just an experiment, but you can see what I mean. It's the decent sized rooms. It's a nice house. It's a great area. But when you see like windows like that, when you see the carpet like this, the doors like this, the frames like this, the walls are fine. The walls are all right. They just need a bit of that's a bit thingy. It probably needs a bit of wallpaper, making nice. Can't just be all white. Got exactly the same room here, but you can see how it would generate a lot of money, and it always has. As I said, 170 grand without much work at all. It's been fully managed. I paid 10% to the agents, but I've not had to do much. Year after year after year, and that's the good thing about Sheffield. If you've got a really good product, you don't have to do anything. It just rents because we rent it as a group. There's no room empty. We're not doing viewings all year. It's just secured and gone. And that's what I need. So now, what's going to happen now, guys, because I've been off the ball and because I missed the deadline, so to speak, I'm going to have 1,600 times so October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, 5, 6, 7, 8 months, let's say. I'm going to lose £12,800 on this house rent. But I'm going to take that sacrifice so we can make another 172 grand, or maybe even more, because the rent should go up to even more. It should be 600 a room times 4, so 2,400 times 12, that's a year, times, say, another 10 years, 288 grand. I'm not too bothered about this figure. I'm bothered about the monthly, because every 2 grand I get, over the 40 houses or 38 houses. Pays for my lifestyle, pays for my savings, pays for everything. Cars, villas, whatever. I'm not too bothered about the 288 over 10 years. But if you've got 10 of them, it's 2.8 million. So you can think of it like that. But I'm bothered about the monthly. I live month for month, as does most people. So I'm going to sacrifice 10 grand or whatever I said it was. And just to start again, just to reset. Now, I couldn't, it's not going to take, it's going to take 2 months to refurbish, maybe even, probably 1 month, right? New kitchen, bathrooms, etc. But there was no other, because it's been full all this time until last month, there was no other time to do it anyway. So at some point I would have had to take the hit. It's just come now. So that's the thing about property, guys. You get paid last, right? When it comes to it, I'm going to get paid last. The builders are going to get paid. The agents are going to get paid. The suppliers are going to get paid, etc., etc. I'm going to get paid last on this property. But as soon as I've got paid, no one else is getting paid. It's just me, month after month, year after year. So we're resetting the whole thing, guys. Should I sell it for 188 grand and take 80 grand profit? I don't think that's enough. I think if I'm going to take 80 grand profit, what I'm going to do with it? Right, it's going to go back into another property. But can I get another 4-bed in this area? No, because it's Article 4. Can I get one in Manchester? No, it's Article 4. I can get one in Warrington where we're buying for clients, but I'm going to have to spend the same, and it's not prime central Sheffield. Yes, it's got the capital growth, but why sell it? I haven't even remortgaged this either. The balance is not low, but it's less than it's at least 50% loan to value. So I'm going to keep this one, guys. Let me know what you do with it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to show you how to make a really good interior design HMO. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go on this journey together. Let's see if I'm right on this one. Let's see if it's worth the 7 grand I might spend. The labour's cheap, it's in-house, but the materials, I'll probably say 5 grand, maybe 5 grand. I'm going to spend maybe with the furniture 7 grand. I want to get new sofas. I want to put the TV inside the wall. I'll use the same TVs, but like new wardrobes. I think it just needs a new start, new desk. Look at that. Fucking looks like an office desk. That chair might be all right. We'll see. But new carpet, yeah, about 7 grand. Is it going to be worth it? Well, as soon as I rent it out, I'm going to get 4 grand back, maybe 5, because I'm going to get deposits and rents from every room. So it's going to be 5 grand. So it's already worth it. But if you're going to be a tight landlord, and every landlord's tight, including myself, this is what's going to happen. You're going to lose more money. If I leave this empty now, I'm going to lose money. If I don't spend on it, what's going to happen now is when the viewings start in October, guys, and people are securing for next year, I'm going to miss that as well because they're going to come and go, I'm not having this one. You need to refurb it. But then it's not ready for them to see, so I'm going to miss it another year. There's another option. I can rent it to social housing. I've been offered it already. I've been offered $450 a room to the council, and I pay the bills, or they'll pay 400 clear of bills, so 1,600. Do I want that? No. Why? It's a prime student area. It's a nice big property, and why not just? And I'll have when they leave, it'll be damaged. It's not a 5-year contract or anything. The tenants, there's always problems. You're going to have problems with neighbours. And not only that, this is prime for students. So why would I do that? And take less rent. No deposits either. They don't pay deposits, don't pay rent. There's no good incentives anymore. So if I do that, I'm not going to be able to get the viewings. Because imagine students viewing and it's like social housing. And they come in and there's like crackheads running around. So it's not going to happen. So the decision is you either leave it as it is, knock it out cheap and hope for the best, or you change it around and get it out every year to students and take advantage of the more rent, obviously. And I need to get back in the agents as well because I've got other student houses and they let this one go. We kind of lost the relationship because they weren't happy with this property. Tenants were complaining. This is like 3 years ago. So I want to get back in as well. Guys, let me know what you do. Would you rent it? A lot of my clients would actually do social housing on this. One, because they don't have to do the refurb, and 2, because they think it's secure, which it is. But something's telling me not to do it. Something's telling me to refurb this fuck off the social housing agency, which, you know, I've never used in Sheffield, so I don't even know if they're going to nick all the rent, right? Or how long it's going to last, because everyone promises everything in property and it never happens. You know, so I know how hard I work for clients to make things happen, so I could only imagine the headache you're going to get in Sheffield's social housing when the rates are not even that good. So what would you do? Would you do social housing? I just think it's a waste of time. I think it's a really nice property. You got a glimpse of my refurb started already. But if I put on the screen, you can see why we've lost the game on this one. We've dropped the ball. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But guess what, guys? In property, you don't lose unless you quit. Quitting for me is selling this, taking 80 grand and buying something inferior. Winning is going, okay, we made a mistake. We are where we are. 7 grand, let it go out. It will come back tenfold. And document it all for you guys so you can even copy my ideas. But it's just like, this is 1990. It's straight out 1990. You know, straight out the Argos catalogue. This. How many times do you see that on the side of the road where people just getting rid of them? You know, we do be doing viewings with like car engine oil in the living room. Like, what's going on? And I've been doing viewings and sending people to view like that. And the only people who said, yeah, we'll take it is fucking social housing. If social housing go, yeah, it's fine, we'll take it, and there's car engine oil in the living room, it tells you what kind of tenants are putting in. That's just the way I see it. If I bought this for 100 grand and it was on an estate, of course you could have social housing. I'm not going to do it up. I'm not going to do it up to that standard and get students in, am I? But this is next to the uni. It's next to Sheffield United football ground. It's in my hometown. Why am I not going to do it up and have a property like that's making a lot of money and to be proud of? A bit of a showcase. Take the agency around and go, look, bang up the rent to £150 per person per week. They'll pay it. Yes, this is the best property on the books. Do the others like it? We're laughing. We've got the ability, we've got the capacity. We'll find the gap in between clients' work and my other refurbs, and we'll get this done. You know, we're halfway there. I think like it's like this has been cleaned about 6 years, and you can see the marks where they've used like sofa cleaners. That just needs to be thrown now, or we'll put it in one of our social housing properties in Manchester. You know, this is the bar I had 5 years ago. I mean, that's finished now, but at the time it was you'd get away with it. The back's decked and everything, so it just needs a bit of gardening. Change the back doors. We've got a new fridge. We've got a decent washing machine, Samsung Eco Bubble washing machine. So it's just a mismatch. New kitchen, new bathroom, maybe one ensuite. Get it warm, get it, you know, a nice change of shit floor as well. I mean, I used to use this all the time, but I think it's too cold now. Styles change as well, guys. Like, styles evolve. Students are always at the forefront of that. So where this used to be good 5-6 years ago, it's not good anymore. The doors, that colour used to be in fashion, it's not anymore. Keep up with it or lose out. You've been doing views for sofas like that. But why am I going to buy a new sofa for a viewing when the house is like this? It doesn't make sense. Guys, I'll be really honest with you. This is my failure. It's my own property. So, you know, I've made a lot of money from it. I've got other properties, so I'm not that bothered. But I'm just showing you what can happen. Imagine if this was your only property. That's why property investment works when you've got multiple over 5 properties, and it really works. Because what I'm going to do is, I'm making 50 grand a month from rent. I'm going to take 7 grand of it and invest it in this. Or I've just rented one in Warrington, my semi-detached. I'm getting 3 grand, 1,500 rent, 1,500 deposit. So I'm going to put it in here. And then the whole company grows. And then obviously I'm going to take the loss on here, but I'm making rent everywhere else. So it is what it is. As long as it's not all empty at the same time. That's where you are going to go wrong. If all your property's empty at the same time, you've got literally like 3 or 4 months breathing space before you start to tighten your belts. You know, all the cars are going to get sold. So, guys, let me know what you'd think. 9 years, as I said, 170 grand net income on this property is done really well. But that's caught up with me now. Let's get it refreshed. Let's get it turned around. Let's go again for 9 years and then on to the next one. Student housing is more competitive in Sheffield. There's just purpose built, as I said, and I need to just reinvest. You always need to reinvest as a landlord. It's like having a car, having loads of cars on rent. You know, you need to change a tyre, you need to service it, you need to do the interior. and exactly like it is with property. Reinvest in the game, stay in it, invest that money. I've got loads of people who just want free stuff. They want the maximum rent for the minimal effort and minimal education. Property's not that. Properties, you invest first, you get 10 times back. But if you don't invest first, you get nothing back. So, you know, you're looking for below market value properties. I source them, but a lot of people go, source me the property and then I'll pay you. Well, if I did that for everyone, I'd just buy all of them, wouldn't I? If I got you a property and you haven't paid me, and I go, do you want this? Just give me £3,000 for it. And it's like 100 grand below or 50 grand below market value. And you're I'm just going to buy it myself. But if I've got a list of people who come back to me regularly, corporate clients, etc., who are just like, Niv, I've already paid you. Like, Niv, I'll put a £5,000 deposit on the house and give you £3,000 sourcing. Source me a decent one. I'm not even that bothered. I could just allocate properties. But it's the people who go, no. You do it first. And that's not how property works. A tenant's not going to come in here and go, and then they go, yeah, I want it. And I go, yeah, you pay me the deposit and the rent, then I'll refurb it. It doesn't work like that. You have to do it all. Get it, even to the point where if a tenant comes in here and there's no bed, and I go, rent a room and I'll get you a brand new bed. They're not going to do it. They're going to go, get the bed first, because I want to see it. And most of the time they won't even come back. The bed's there, you spent money, everything's nice, done, clean. They go, yes, then you get your money back. And that's exactly how sourcing works, guys. Exactly how property works. Anybody who tells you anything else is lying to you. Been in the game 14, 15 years, got all these properties. I can tell you where it goes wrong, I can tell you where it goes right. Where it goes right is you get your product right first, the money comes after. The minute you focus on the money, which every landlord does, including myself, you know, the minute you focus on the money and forget about the product or the people, the game's over. As you could see with this one, what did we do? Product, money, okay, we're not going to spend, not going to refurb it. Now we've got a loss. So, guys, take that on board. Free game here. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one where we're going to start refurbing this property and the other one. Last week I showed you. We're going to start on them. You're going to see simultaneous products and we're going to see how we turn this around. Now, the business isn't failing. It's actually booming. I'm actually buying more properties. But you've got to remember these ones as well. As I said to all clients, make sure all your properties are making money before you go for the next one. We're in a fortunate position where, you know, 28 of the 33 houses or 34 houses, whatever, 29 are full. Maybe one room empty. What are we doing? We're reinvesting that cash flow. Yeah, I take 20 grand out for myself, but we're reinvesting mostly. We're in a fortunate position to do that. But we won't be in that position if we don't reinvest. If we leave this one, leave the next one, you know, start taking shortcuts, give you social housing, they stop paying, you fucked. And then the refurb's like 50 grand, not what it is now, which is still structurally all right, this property. So guys, see you in the next one.